89.5 The X.
Gotta deal with the devil. Gotta deal with the devil. Gotta deal with the devil. Gotta deal with the devil.
Megan, we say hey to you and your moms. We're coming over for Thanksgiving dinner, so move over. We're bringing it.
Have you guys ever played in Myrtle Beach?
Yes.
You have? Yeah, that's where I'm from, actually. The last time we were in Myrtle Beach, I think, was at the House of Blues. They were Theory of a Dead Man.
The alligator farm next door.
Yeah, the alligators in the backyard, and it's beautiful, man. It's a great place.
My main question is for all y'all. How did y'all get started in this? Like, what gave you the drive to actually follow your dreams and actually push yourselves beyond that scared point, whether you're going to succeed or not?
Those two things swinging between your legs.
I like it.
I'll answer it, I guess, separate yeah, I mean, it's obviously a huge jump, but I think that everyone's answer is probably going to be a little bit different. But so, I came from a really supportive background. When I left school, I was like three classes. I was 9 credits for my degree, and I left. My mom was like super supportive. She's like, if this is what you believe and this is your dream, then you should chase it. My mom, dad, brother, family. And I think that, I think there's still days where, we don't feel like we've made it. I mean, there's definitely still a lot of goals and things we haven't achieved yet. So there's still scary times. I lived in a van for like 2 years when I toured before this. So this is, obviously a step up, but it's not at all like the top of the food chain. So it's still a long climb. And I think that having such a supportive team, being around our brothers and being together, we keep each other strong and support each other. Just got to be there.
Yeah, I think Chachi hit it on the nail. I mean, instead of just going around and talking all, it's just about perseverance, about if you want something in life hard enough, you got to get through the troubled times, and it's a hard time for rock music in general. And, it's just about being persistent, man. We grew up with rock and roll in our blood and veins, and that's the genre and the format of music we love, and we're fighting for it. We're just one band, but we're trying to do our part. It's important to us.
All right, my next question is for all y'all again. Us being in the military, we have our heroes, we have our role models and everything like that. My role model, my number one person in my life is my mom. Who's that one person for all y'all in y'all's lives that just made you want to get it, that made you be like, screw everybody else that says I can't do it. Because of this one person, I know I can do it, and I know I can do anything.
I would say, I know for myself, and I know a lot of the guys here, it's the same thing. We all come from very supportive families. I don't think if we didn't, I don't know if we would be here. To be honest, like me personally, like my parents, they've been there since day one, and like I'm the newest of the band. I joined about 1.5 years, 2 years ago now, and when I got that phone call, it was like they were the first people I went to, and they were the ones that said, you know what, if that's what you want, you do it. So I don't know how everyone else feels about that, but it's the same thing, man. If you, without a supportive, infrastructure, you got a much harder chance.
Yeah, I totally feel the same way. It would be my dad for me. My dad's worked the same job since he was 14 years old. Like worked for the same company, and still does to this day. So he's like, whatever you want to do, just don't end up doing what I do. Like, don't end up hating your life and hating your job, like, because it's what you've gotten stuck in. Don't get stuck. So, my pops.
I think my answer is a lot like Matt's. My dad has been at his job for, he just said 35 years, and it's in a factory, and he hates it. And he's like, whatever it is that you want to do, chase it. He always, one thing I'll never forget my dad saying always is just be your own man. It's like, it doesn't matter what people around you are doing, you do what you know is right and what you believe in. And I think that partnered with, I'm a big brother. I have a little brother who looks up to me, and I feel like I have to set an example for him. Everyone out there has all these dreams, and everyone gives up and everyone settles. And I want to be an inspiration to him that you can do whatever you want, whatever you set your mind to. If you just work hard and you can achieve it, you can do it.
I mean, yeah, obviously family, but I think the most important now in our career is about the fans, about the people that don't like your band today but are going to love you tomorrow. You're fighting for them, you're fighting for the people that don't know that they like rock music. You're fighting for what rock and roll stands for. Red, white, and blue. It means rock and roll. It means America to us. Again, that's just that Michigan mentality that is me and this group of crews. Is a group of guys. It's about your band of brothers. Whether you're in the armed service or whether you're, in a rock band. I mean, we're all fighting for the same thing, and that's our family, and that's where we come from. But the fans in our profession are what make you. And if you're not fighting for the music for them, then, you're forgetting about the responsibility that comes with being a professional in this business. And I think that the more you understand that, the more serious you are on stage and in the studio and the better music you make. So I think that when you do that, you really start to understand just how big, that it's just not just about family anymore, even though that's obviously where it started for us, but it's bigger than family. It's not just about our personal family. It's about our band family. It's about our fan base. It's about you guys watching at home, knowing that, wow, I didn't like pop people now, but I love these guys now, whether it's because you heard the song on the radio or whether it's you heard us on YouTube or whether you come and saw us live. It's about proving to people the Michigan way, the hard way, grassroots, blue collar, just getting out there and prove it that you write and play the songs that you wrote and that you hear on the radio, that we believe in the stuff we write, and we're going to prove it tonight, and we're going to prove it every night after this as we play and continue to do what we do on stage. And that, to me, is where I think is the next chapter of where the responsibility lies. So those are the real heroes. It's you. Bam.
You guys all had solid answers. I'm not going to sound like really ridiculous, dude. No joking aside, my guy, David Hasselhoff. I'm not shitting you, man. Just because with the Pops thing overseas, the Baywatch, I looked at him one day and I was like, man, if this guy can do this, really, I got this, dude. But David Hasselhoff.
When I was little, everybody has all these dreams, these aspirations of what they want to be when they grow up. A baseball player, a pilot, the rock star, everything. My question for y'all is, what did y'all want to be when you were little? Was it a rock star or was it something else? Something that's not, that nobody usually thinks of. Like, nobody wants to be a mortician. Nobody wants to be nobody wants to really do those offset things. What is it that y'all wanted to do when you were little?
Actually, the first thing I wanted to do, I wanted to be a pilot in the Air Force. That was my first. That was my first aspiration, man. I saw the fighter jets that were flying over my house and everything, and I was like, man, I want to do that. Oh man, absolutely. Game over, Top Gun.
I want a hot blonde on a motorcycle. I want my body ripped like Tom Cruise. I'm in, dude.
I think the first thing I ever wanted to be was probably Bart Simpson. I wanted to be Bart Simpson, eat my shorts. But ever since I was a kid, man, all I wanted to do was grow up and ride Harleys and play guitar and stuff. So I think that's kind of what I'm doing now. I mean, I didn't really think this is what I'm going to do, but that's just kind of where I ended up. So
I think my first two things were young dream was definitely professional football, without a doubt. And I chased that until I came to the decision between that and this. But for a long time, man, I thought for sure I was going to be a firefighter. I really wanted to do that. I was really into action, everything that came along with it, helping people. I have a lot of family in the service, so that kind of job was very appealing to me. But I didn't do either one of those. I had to settle for a drummer.
I can't imagine you in the downtime being a firefighter.
I'd be on
Because you
my
have
mind.
so much downtime, and you're so ADD.
I don't know. I was an athlete like Chachi. All I wanted to do was play for the Lakers. But I didn't have any aspirations, to be honest, to have a real job ever. It was always something that was just someone would have said when you're at your counselor, your college counselor. What are you going to do? Do you got your 5-year plan set up? Nah. I'll just be a rock star. I'll be fine. It'll work out. What? No. But what's your backup plan? No backup plan.
Lakers.
Just Lakers.
Backup plan is
rock
the
star.
Pistons.
Yeah, backup plan. Pistons. Be cool. Maybe I'll play for the arena team in Grand Rapids. It'll be great. It'll be fine. But no, man, I just think that part of that is the more you give yourself fallback options, it's the least likely you're going to succeed, because you're going to take those. What we do and how we got here was, you think about all the rock radio bands that are in America today, and we're one of them. Out of the millions around the world, we're one of them. So it's definitely, the numbers are hard and the odds are against you. But you know what? If you're constantly giving yourself fallbacks, you're just going to go, Tom Cruise and that option looks a little more realistic, or I'll just be a firefighter, or I'll just be whatever you want to do. And I just think that if your goal is to be like you said, if you want to be in the armed services or you want to be in, a firefighter, if you want to be an athlete, you go for that first, and if you're really doing it and persevering, God's going to show you the outlet, whether that, you're selling out Madison Square Garden or whether you're, making your family proud, just running a mail route. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, if you can make your family and pay your bills on time, that's the key as you get older and understand that. So, that was my story.
I wanted to be Walter Payton, and if that didn't work out, I wanted to be a stuntman, and now I'm a guitar player. So,
It's funny how y'all say you want to be athletes. Makes me regret turning down my full ride scholarship at the University of Miami to play football, but we won't talk about that now. Hey, decisions. No, Miami, Florida.
Okay, just checking. Throw it up.
But, decisions in life. Everyone has, hey, we was a rock band growing up, played in our garage and everything like that. Is that what y'all, did y'all, come together when you all were teenagers, in high school, or did y'all just, meet when y'all were older and everything like that, and then come along to where you are today?
No, I never played in a garage. I played in the basement.
it was right after, at least for you and I, right? It was we never really did the garage band thing. We always concentrated more on sports. So it was after high school, in college areas when we got going.
But we all grew. We all grew up together. It is kind of like the old fallacy. Find your boys, start in your garage, wherever, and do it together. And it's pretty much what we did. And we all kind of had various individual bands of our own. We all kind of competed or were on the scene against each other, and everyone got more serious. It was like, I want to play with you, I want to play with you, and then then we gelled. We always tried. Even when Nick came new, he had to have Michigan roots. This band's from Michigan, and we're very proud, like you guys are, where you come from, and that's all we have. Kind of like your family, it's where you put your blood, sweat, and tears, and we put ours in not just Michigan, but Western Michigan, where we're from. And Nick was very linked to West Michigan through Chachi, and we're like, let's give this guy a shot, and solely because of his link to the state of Michigan, and it just so happened he was super talented, and it worked out. But we take it very family based in this band, and there's a lot of the bus stops in Michigan when we get off. We all kind of congregate. We all get to see our families. We all spend the time the right way, the way we were born and raised, and just because whatever success this is, we're all still the same Michiganders that we grew up. That we all go to the same places and the same bars we went to since we were college kids. Man, nothing's really changed for us. As far as when we go home, except the fans change. That's for sure. But we all try to believe we're staying the same, and nothing stops us for just being us, just being blue collar grassroots Americans right there, man. That's something we're proud of.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Y'all grew up together, most of y'all at least. That's awesome that you guys all come from the same area and not just stranded out from all different places. That's awesome.
What is the one song that y'all wrote, that y'all created together, that you get the most aspiration from, that actually you guys have inspired each other through?
For me, dude, the song that we created together, Last Man Standing, is my jam, dude. I love that song and what it stands for. It just reminds me of where we grew up and the competitiveness, I guess, there. And people just not taking us seriously or not believing in us, not thinking that we're actually going to do what we set out to do. And when all those other people are falling off, and you're still standing here saying, look, I'm doing what I'm doing. Well, like I said, I was gonna. That's it, man. And it's not even about proving them wrong as much as proving myself right. I know I'm still gonna be standing here tomorrow. So.
That was good, man.
Lastly, I think we want to thank these two because it's an honor to play for you guys that serve our country, man. It's a privilege, and sometimes you guys, and I know you guys are young, but you forget just what an inspiration it is for you guys to come play here, in the great state of North Carolina, that, there's a lot of military men and women who serve our country in this great state of North Carolina, and it's something, again, growing up in Michigan that you take for granted. You're not thinking about people that might like your band in North Carolina or across the world for that matter, so it's just so inspiring to see the faces that are your fans that are giving us an opportunity to do and be the best musicians we can be. So what an inspiration it is to meet you guys, take the questions, man. I mean, we're just fans too, you know what I mean? And just like you guys are, and we're just as excited to meet you guys and great people like you guys and the fans out there, just as you might be able to meet us. So thank you guys for that. Great questions.